Hello and welcome to this short video on examination PE options in Key Stage 4. There are two options available for our children, and they are GCSE PE and Sport Studies. Both of these subjects and courses are equivalent to a GCSE. So the GCSE curriculum map, as you can see, if you're able to pause the video, you can see that there are a variety of different topics for the GCSE PE curriculum. It's very much about the science of the human body, the anatomy and physiology, and the science of the mind, the reasons why we behave the way we do in sport, and the decisions we make when we are playing or performing in a specific activity. So going through a couple of these, you can see that the mental preparation, the types of feedback, guidance, looking at diet, nutrition, health and well-being are the psychology elements of the second exam paper. And we've also got in there the major bones, joints, muscles, lever systems, axes and planes of rotation and movement, along with some components of fitness, principles of training, and how we exercise to enhance our performance and efficiency. So there are a variety of different science elements for GCSE PE. If you know that you enjoy science in school, then GCSE PE might be one of your preferred sporting options. You can also see in the bottom right corner that it talks about practical logbooks. This is what you see on the screen amounts to 60% of your overall grade in GCSE PE. So it's very theoretical and exam dominant for GCSE PE, and you will be expected to then complete the other 40% of the course through practical and some coursework. So that's the GCSE PE curriculum map. That's what that looked like over a 2-year period. In comparison, let's have a quick look at the Sports Studies curriculum. There will be 3 units studied over the course of 2 years. And let's quickly go through this first topic. This is the exam-based topic. It's 1 hour and 15-minute long exam. This exam can be retaken twice. So what that means is that if the first one doesn't go so well, we can retake it again. The topic areas for the exam will be linking to areas that affect participation across the national picture in sport, and looking at barriers, solutions, different age groups, and different user groups which are impacted through participation. We'll also have a look at the idea of promoting values. As a school of character, we talk a lot about values, so this topic we often find quite easy, but it's linked to areas such as sporting behaviours, violence, and performance-enhancing drugs and why athletes take drugs. So it's really interesting, this exam-based topic. Another area that we look at for this module is hosting major sporting events. We will look and review the Gold Coast Commonwealth Games in 2018. We'll also look at the Birmingham 2022 Commonwealth Games as well, and a variety of other sporting events, looking at the positive and negative effects of hosting. Then when we go to the centre unit, which is R185, this is split into 2. The top section is looking at the performance elements. So you'll be expected to perform in 2 physical activities, 1 team sport, 1 individual sport, and you'll look at your contribution and role in these activities. You'll also be expected to apply different methods to support your improvement. So you'll do a lot more analysis in sport studies for your own personal and team sports. The topic 3, topic 4 and topic 5 are all linked to leading and delivering a sports activity session. So if you know that instead of being science oriented, you know that you're much more practically minded and you enjoy delivering, leading, coaching, teaching, and you see yourself as potentially having a career in management or teaching or coaching, then this topic 3, 4 and 5 of sports studies will lend itself really nicely to your aims and ambitions. You will be expected to host and attend a variety of primary school sporting events and lots of disability focused sporting events as well. So your overall enrichment of knowledge in terms of how to manage people in sport will be really enhanced through this unit. That unit, like I said, is split into 2 and it weights to 40% of your overall grade. The final area that we're going to look at is predominantly coursework based, which is a positive. So if you know that you're not necessarily a guru in exams, coursework might be the preferred option for you with sports studies. We're going to look at media. We'll look at the positive effects and the negative effects of media and how this overall impacts your the user experience of sport. Lots and lots of information that we will need to cover in this coursework, but that will weight towards 30% of your overall grade. So as a quick summary, the first unit, 30%, that's the exam. The second unit, and the one in the middle on the screen, is looking at 40%, and the final 30% is based on the third module on media and the effects in sport. So that's the sport studies curriculum. GCSE is very sciencey, whereas sport studies is very hands-on and practical. Now, assessment for both of these. GCSE PE is assessed. You'll take 3 sports. That will be 30%. So each one sport is 10%. Okay, 2 exams, and they will be sat at the end of year 11, and that amounts to 60%. And then you'll do 1 written coursework piece, which weights to 10%. Now, a key area of focus for you with GCSE PE, you must be playing competitively at least 1 or 2 sports for a club outside of school. Whilst we offer a variety of different options for before and after school clubs, it's essential that you need to be doing something competitive outside of school. So have a clear idea of what 3 sports you would take at GCSE PE, a list of which is on the next slide for you. This course, GCSE PE, is ideal for people who enjoy the science of the body and science of the mind, but also have 3 sports which you are competent in. On the other flip side, we've got sport studies, and you'll be assessed via 2 sports, so 1 team, 1 individual, and your delivery of leadership across multiple sporting events. That will amount to 40% of your overall grade. 1 exam, which was what I was speaking about in the last slide, and you've got 2 coursework pieces. One of the coursework pieces is the media. The other part of the coursework is looking at your sports performance and your analysis of yourself. So overall, it weights quite evenly across sports studies, whereas GCSE PE is very heavily theoretical with a 60-40 split. Final thing around sports studies, you'll need to compete in 2 sports. As I said, the list will be on the next slide, but you don't have to be participating in a sports club outside of school. And this course, Sport Studies, is ideal for those people who prefer writing coursework rather than sitting end-of-year exams. There will be 1 exam, but it's one that you can retake twice. So you will be expected to run and lead primary school events for children with disabilities and without disabilities. So hopefully you can see the comparisons between the 2 courses there. In terms of the team and individual sports, this is they're mirrored across both, so all of the sports are applicable, but just emphasising that GCSE PE you need to take 3 sports, and sport studies you would take 2 sports. The list of sports are on the screen, so if you don't see the sport, for example, it might be martial arts or judo, if you don't see that on the screen, but you know that's one you do, you cannot take that at GCSE PE or sport studies because it's not recognised on the GCSE or sport studies specification. Okay, so whilst it is a valid sport, the exam board do not recognise that as one that you can take forward at GCSE. So have a look through the sports that are available and make a decision as to which option choice you think will be best linked to your expertise. That is the end of this presentation. Hopefully it's been useful and you've been able to compare between the 2 options we have at GCSE. Remember, both are equivalent to a GCSE. Okay, I welcome any conversations with our PE department. If you have any questions or queries about what options would be best suited to you, then please don't hesitate in getting in touch and we'll do what we can to support. Thanks very much.